Salasya, that we don't have a legal framework. Are you not a lawmaker? Where do you want the legal framework to come from?
Yeah, that is why I've said that the way with Salasya, we do not want it to look like you are reporting to us. We are okay in as much as we are your bosses. We want you to articulate issues and answer the questions as they have been tabled. Yes. First, I say that as a lawmaker, we have failed to raise these issues. And I think this is a wake-up moment, a wake-up minute, whereby every time now I've noted, even from now, the moment I go back to the parliament, I'm also going to seek the legal counsel so that they can help draft the laws to help whether the locals and even those who are involved, so that as much as the locals, they want maybe to be encouraged to move out, how are they going to be benefited? And I've just talked with the county government of Kakamega to tell me what is happening at the moment in regarding the economy people. And what they have told me, they have not told me about the evacuation of the people. They have only told me about the contractor who was launched in months of the April, that he has started the groundbreaking. But also they are doing the capacity building in terms of encouraging people to accept the modern technology.
Yes. Let me just give you a clue of what is happening. Unajua nyinyi mnaona kani mchezo na sisi tumepanga, in fact next time round tunataka nyinyi MP wote mrudi nyumbani, hakuna kitu mnafanya. Now, let me just give you a clue of what is happening. The people of Ikolomani, this contractor has come here, he has said he has a budget of about 500 million of evacuating almost half of this constituency of Ikolomani. 500 million to evacuate half of the constituency. But the gold mines, in the estimated worth of this gold in Kolomani is about 300 billion. Halwale alianda quote in one of the he was giving, and he said it's worth 170 billion. It's not worth 170 billion. It's worth more than 300 billion. So I want you to understand that this contractor game anacheza ni chafu sana. He wants to remain with about 300 billion ukitoa 500 million. That's like 299.5 billion. You know wanakula. And you know some of this, all of this tax is all of this money, the revenue they are making is untaxed. And you as a lawmaker, you are responsible for all this shit that is happening. Regardless of whether Rachel Ruto, the wife to the president of Kenya, also went there and said she's adopting 200 acres. Who the fuck adopts a forest in the name of forest reclamation? Regardless of whether she went there and adopted it, but we also know it's because of the gold that is there in that place called the Rosterman. You as a lawmaker and your other MPs are the ones who are supposed to be. But I don't hear you talking about these issues. Why? What is happening? What is wrong with you?
Kwanza Peter, kabla uongee.
Yes.
Ile tourist attraction yenye nakuanga pale Mukumu, the one that is called Honga Murui, the crying stone. Are you aware that thing has been already taken away by some developer? Jamaa alikuja amedanganya Kakamega County that place he's going to invest. Take over that place. Na tuna suspect that place is rich in something. Is rich in some mineral. Tuje mbona nyinyi mtusaidie bana. Nyinyi tunawapigia kura mwende mtusaidie, mnafika huko mnatusahau. That place is going. Your place inachukuliwa. Na nyinyi mnaangalia tu. Hebu jibu hiyo swali Polo amekuuliza.
I think one thing that we have failed is that some of the civil societies, and you think you remember that most of the civil societies have died in this country. And some of the things that they are the watchdog to raise some of the issues, because if I couldn't have come on this X, I would not have noted what is happening like in this Kakamega County. And I think from now, it is my duty now to go and write a question raising, asking the PS or the minister of the mining and to come and explain give us the report on what exactly is happening. But a good idea to solve the matter that is there. There should be that framework that tells you that if this investor is coming, if he's not going to give the money like what is needed there, if they can enter into partnership, and maybe once we get into a partnership, we agree that this is the sharing formula of whatever we are going to get in from there, so that at the end of the day we can come to a conclusion. And I think the X space is raising. It is now coming to be a platform that is waking up. And we know that members of parliament, we are in different committees. So sometimes, like for me, I'm in the Committee of Agriculture. So I'm more conversed with issues to do with the agriculture. Now you find like maybe if I'm not in the mining committee, I might not be able to know what exactly is happening and all. But still, we have a leeway whereby I can also go and write and seek a statement from the House and call upon the CS to come and explain to us on what is exactly happening. But because I'm still also in Western as we speak, I will also go and check and find out what is happening, and even also the Ministry of Environment of Kakamega County, whether they know what is happening and what is their way forward.
You've mentioned something about sitting in the agriculture committee. This livestock bill 2024, the one that has been tabled by Kimani Ichung'wah.
Eric.
Yes.
Perhaps before you switch off to the livestock bill, allow me to weigh in on the mining issues. This is Degwa.
Yeah, go on.
And bring Mheshimiwa up to speed and tell him that what is lacking is not the framework. I don't know whether he's aware that in 2016 we enacted the Mining Act, which gave the framework on how mining and minerals will be exploited. And the beginning of that act, or the basis of that act, is that all minerals are held by the national government in trust for the people of the Republic of Kenya. There is no minister, there is no government that owns those minerals. They hold them in trust for the government of the Republic of Kenya. If you were to go in Laikipia, and I had a gentleman submitting those in that regard, all minerals, whether they are on private land that is freehold or they are on leasehold, the Constitution speaks or states that they belong to the people of Kenya, and the government is the one that holds them in trust. If you look at the Mining Act, it has created the avenues where local communities can benefit. And it provides that 20% of equity deliverables from those minerals are to be left in for the benefit of those particular local communities. I was involved in the Mui Coal Basin, where the government of Kenya was doing a concession with some investors in South Africa. And why the whole process failed is because of the question of sustainable development, which the Westerners keeps on bringing and lifting up. And that is the question of globalization and how globalization is affecting our development, sustainable development, and the ability to determine our own course. Why Mui Coal Basin was not able to be exploited? Why Amu Power currently in Lamu is not able to generate power? It's because they were to use coal. When you go to the international arena and you connect this with the question of environmental degrading and the question of global warming, they say that coal contributes to global warming and the degeneration and the wastage of environment. But you ask yourself, had it not been for that coal, the steam engine would never have ran. They would never have discovered the steam engine. So when the Westerners, when Mzungu wants to develop, he uses coal. But when we Africans want to develop, we are told that coal is a dirty energy. Fast forward about the question of the benefit sharing agreement. Part of the reason why exploitation of Mui coal basin failed was because government was not able to agree with the investors on the benefit sharing agreement, which largely was involved in its negotiations. So when Mwashimiwa says he does not understand, when people are being exploited on day-to-day basis, when the law is providing on the basis of how to go about this issue, it tells me that we are being represented by inept people. It tells me that we are being represented in parliament by people who are incompetent. It doesn't matter whether Mweshimiwa comes from that region, whether he's a member elected from that constituency, he has an overall role of oversight. I want him to go and read a report by KPMG analysis. It was done again in 2016, and see how the KPMG have analyzed the Mining Act and the faults and the amendments that needs to be brought forth from the KPMG report. So that at the end of the day, he speaks from a point of information. If he shares his number, I'll share this KPMG report, and I'll also share it with you, Eric, so that individuals can see the potentiality that is there in our minerals and the concealment that government has done. And that's why we are saying bad governance has brought concealment of very material facts that Kenyans ought to know about. Thank you, Eric. Those are my submissions and observations in respect to the mining. The KPMG report is quite crucial when you want to understand the question of the mining. Thank you.
Okay.